Please stand and remove your hats for our national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Reverend Brian Musser.
Let us pause for a moment of invocation. Creator, lover, healer, forgiver, guide, comforter, friend. Many great things have been brought into our lives that have made this moment possible. Others have given much so that we may be here in this place. Family and friends have given their time, encouragement, energy, resources to help us along the way. Professors, advisors, and peers have shared knowledge, information, expertise, and wisdom. And you have given life, purpose, meaning, and sustenance. You have gotten us through. There were times when things were good and the path was easy, but there were other times, hard times, when we needed to be carried. At times, the world around us asked for more than what we had to give, especially this year. But this moment testifies that through it all, we have made it with the help of others and with the help of you. Thank you. At this time and in this moment, enable us to take advantage of this unique opportunity to truly celebrate with gratefulness and gratitude those gifts that have been given to us, and to honor and thank the givers. As we move forward, help us to understand the responsibilities that come with the blessings we have been given. Allow us to never hoard the gifts that have been given to us, but to hold them out with open hands so that others may be blessed as well. Give us the ability to do great things with our degrees, but more importantly than great things, aid us in doing truly good things. I ask that we will always be about making our world a better place as we continue to expand our knowledge and practice of our chosen fields of study. May we apply this information in such a way that brings peace and justice, forgiveness and healing, truth and wisdom. As we attempt to better understand the worlds that exist around us, within us, among us, both currently and throughout history of time, may this understanding move us forward into a better tomorrow. And as we work with you, help us to continually develop in our understanding of you, of ourselves, of us as a whole, and of this wonderful creation that we are a part. At this time, we invite your presence, the presence of the divine, to be here with us, but not only for this moment of commencement, but from this moment forward. You are most welcome here. We invoke your presence. I will leave this prayer unending, signifying that the rest of what we do will be in communication with you.
Please be seated. Please welcome President John Fry.
Thank you, Reverend Musser. Welcome to everyone. This is such a great day, and we're all so deeply fortunate. We are fortunate to gather together and virtually as the College of Arts and Sciences, the academic heart of Drexel. We are fortunate to be successfully emerging from a challenging time for our university and for all of our communities. And most of all, we are fortunate to be able to celebrate the members of this outstanding class who will graduate today. So on this day of celebration and joy, let me be the first to say congratulations to the amazing class of 2021. We are so very proud of your accomplishments and wish you the best of success as you join thousands of other proud Drexel alumni. I hope you savor this milestone in your academic career and on your life's journey. You deserve all the accolades and more. This class has pushed the boundaries of academic and research excellence and set new standards for civic engagement. And if the past year has taught us anything, it has shown that you are incredibly resilient. You've learned already that you're entering into a challenging and complex world, and more than ever, it is a world that desperately needs you. It needs the many contributions you will make in your places of work and in your communities. You hold in your hands the long-term health, equity, and prosperity of our society. How you make use of the knowledge you have worked so hard to acquire will help determine our collective future. It's been said, wisely, that the success of our society and our democracy rests upon our willingness to think of each other and not only ourselves. My hope is that you will fully embrace this principle, that you will step up in your communities, that you will take on the solemn responsibility of leadership. And knowing this class of 2021, I have no doubt. We can look forward to all of this with confidence. We can contemplate the truly exciting and deeply necessary ways in which you will contribute. Our university is a profoundly better place for your efforts. Our capacity for knowledge, for innovation, and for service to others is so much greater thanks to each of you. And that's what we celebrate at Commencement. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our Commencement speaker, Carol Dodson, who brings the perspective of a multifaceted and successful career with ExxonMobil that took her around the world to Brussels and also to Miami and now Houston. I know she has many insights to share with us. So let me close by saying this to our graduates. All of us at Drexel look forward to hearing about your future successes in scholarship, in your professions, and in your service to others. And I want you to know that all of us at Drexel University hold you dear in our hearts. Once again, congratulations on this terrific accomplishment. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Dr. Norma Bouchard, the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
President Fry, honored guests, and members of the class of 2021 and their friends and family who are joining us remotely, good morning and welcome. Like all of you, the faculty and I are disappointed we cannot gather together to celebrate your wonderful achievements. But we're grateful for the chance to congratulate you virtually. Completing a degree, a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate is a challenging endeavor. To do so under the circumstances of the last year and a half is something else entirely. In the College of Arts and Sciences, we like to say that the world won't wait, and neither will we. How vividly these words have been borne out. In March of last year, when the novel coronavirus necessitated a radical shift in teaching and learning modalities, you responded with grit and grace. Displaying the College of Arts and Sciences' trademark determination to effect change where it matters most. You supplemented your coursework with co-ops, research, and volunteer opportunities that address the pandemic head-on. But there was more to come that would test your ability to persevere. The murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer touched off months of protests and led to a long overdue national discussion on systemic racism. Even as this was happening, more Black people died at the hand of the police, and anti-Asian violence led to further tragedy. Such injustice, broadcasted and shared far and wide, takes an emotional and mental toll on all of us. Your determination as you mourned, protested, and advocated is laudable, and so much needed. As graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences, you are fully prepared not merely to succeed in this challenging world, but to change it for the better. Through your coursework, you have learned skills such as critical thinking, adaptability, and empathy. Through your co-ops, you gain professionalism and a unique understanding of what it means to succeed in the workplace. Through your community-based learning courses, you open your minds and hearts and immerse yourself in the life and work of the people we are fortunate to call our neighbors. Through your research, you have already begun seeking solutions to our most pressing issues, including those that have plagued us over the last year plus. All of these uniquely Drexel experiences combine to produce a vitally necessary skill set and worldview. In the pursuit of a more just society, one that values and respects all people, one that welcomes diversity, pursues equity, and fights for inclusion, we need you. Whether you are entering the workforce, heading to graduate or professional school, or preparing to volunteer, I urge you to bring to bear your resilience, compassion, and talent to build a better world. Congratulations, class of 2021. It is now my pleasure to introduce Tim Hanlon. Tim will address us on behalf of the graduating class of 2021.
As a freshman, I came to Drexel like many of you, not knowing a single person and hardly anything about Philadelphia. I was randomly assigned housing and was uncertain how my next 4 years would pan out. Would I fail all my classes? How will I make friends? What if I have to drop out? How do I join a student group? What classes do I take next term? What is the DAC? Wait, is Pisby the dining hall? Every second of my first term here, questions like those flew through my head. As I began to root myself in my new home, many of these anxieties left faster than your first co-op paycheck. By the spring of freshman year, I set up my first meeting with President Fry to talk about my list of ideas on how we can make Drexel University more sustainable. Come week 5 of the term, he and others helped set up a presentation for Ryan Light, Ryan Howell, and myself to present to some of the highest-ranking administrators from student life, residential living, facilities, business services, and other university groups. While we were able to get a number of initiatives started through this initial presentation, we were unsuccessful in our greatest goal of creating Drexel's first Office of Sustainability. During our summer off, the Ryans and I put together a full proposal for an Office of Sustainability, researching peer institutions, Drexel infrastructure, and student investment in the idea, which we then presented to members of student life in the fall. This time, the university moved forward with proposing a position for an Associate Director of Sustainability. However, after the overall student life budget was reviewed, this position fell through. We were left with 2 options: give up and wait for the next group of students who won't let ambition wait to persuade Drexel into creating an Office of Sustainability, or come back with an even more impressive proposal the university couldn't refuse. During my junior year here, I was named the chair of the Undergraduate Student Government Association Sustainability Committee. While we continued to work on various initiatives with groups across the Drexel community, our goal for a centralized office remained essential to us. During the 2019 fall term through the 2020 winter term, we worked tirelessly to rework our proposal, this time through the lens of civic engagement and social justice. By last February, we garnered over 2,200 signatures and support from students, 55 from faculty and staff, 52 from alumni, and 32 from members of the broader Drexel community and other universities. This was it. We had the data, we had the support, we created significant momentum. Our fight was making waves, and we were soon invited to guest lecture courses, sit on panels, and even give a keynote speech at the Student of Philadelphia Environmental Leadership Summit. After a final presentation to university leadership in alignment with momentum from the Academy of Natural Sciences, I am proud to announce that Drexel has laid the foundation for our very first Office of Sustainability, led by Bill Solomon, Hugh Johnson, Jen Britton, and Corinne Tintraku. The work of countless students, faculty, staff, and university partners came together to now put Drexel on the map and committed to a greener future. Here, showing that a combination of perseverance, passion, collaboration, and camaraderie can create systemic and impactful change. Drexel University has been a place of immense self-exploration and discovery for me. Having graduated high school as a notoriously quiet and fearful individual, I now graduate speaking here today optimistic about the future. In gathering for the last time as this unique collection of peers, we must think critically about one question: who are we? At its simplest form, we are the College of Arts and Sciences class of 2021. But who we really are is some of the highest trained researchers, writers, thinkers, innovators, trailblazers, leaders, and the makers of a greater tomorrow. But most importantly, we are one. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you for your remarks, and congratulations on your graduation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Angel Hogan. Angel will address us on behalf of the graduate class of 2021.
Thank you, Dean Bouchard and President Fry, and congratulations, Tim. First, to the families and beloved friends of graduates, your support and encouragement has meant so much. This day is for you as well as each of us. Thank you. To my cohort, I am so proud of us. As the inaugural class of MFA grads, we are trailblazers shining new light on the type of voices and visionaries coming from Drexel. I'm so honored to be in your brilliant company. To Program Director Nomi Eve, your dedication, passion, and talent appear in every part of this degree. We, students, alumni, and the university as a whole, are so incredibly fortunate to have you in our midst. Shout out to my wonderful colleagues and friends at LeBeau College of Business for your cheers and inspiration. Finally, to my own beloved family and friends, I am eternally grateful. To the Lessie family for your great kindness, and especially to the Hogans, Mom, Mike, Josh, thank you for your motivation and faith in me. I love you all. I'm Angel Hogan, and I believe in stories. Though challenging and seemingly impossible to share at times, our words matter. Storytelling allows us to say the difficult things, to bravely look life in the face and recognize our own strange, loving eyes looking back. This empathy is urgent, especially now, an unprecedented time dividing us afresh daily in fear. We are part of a collective human story, a survival quilt stitched with grief, joy, pain, hope, and love. Woven all through are those critical tales tucked deep in our hearts, those frightened and essential. Audre Lorde reminds us that when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard, nor welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak. Our words matter. Let us turn silence into language, turn language into action. Let us courageously speak truth, opening a revolutionary dialogue of visibility and transformation. Our story is the living, breathing tapestry belonging to every one of us. The story is ours. We are the stories of Drexel, of Philadelphia, of Pennsylvania, of the world. To the extraordinary Drexel class of 2021, who tackled this year with both grace and grit. On this day, your time has come to take the story of us, of who we were, of who we are, of who we will become. Every child must learn the story. Every child must grow and tell the story. Take the story and give it to everyone you see. Take it and give it away. Put your words and poems in the story so that when it goes, you go too. Tell the people they must put their words and poems in the story so that when it goes, they go too. Tell the people what I have told you on this day, your time to take the story of us, of who we were, of who we are, of who we will become. Tell them the story. And the story is, thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Sandy Friedlander and Dr. Michelle Dolinsky.
Thank you, Dean Bouchard. We want to acknowledge those students who have received special recognition from the university. In the spirit of honoring exceptional academic achievement, we wish to recognize our undergraduate students who have completed their degree with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. I would like to congratulate Sashintani H. Arembopolo, Katerina Kissinger, Daniel Timothy McGann Jr., Shika R. Patel, Anna Elizabeth Wilson on this accomplishment. Congratulations. I would like to recognize those undergraduate students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement at Drexel as reflected in outstanding final grade point averages. Students who graduate with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7 are designated cum laude, or with honor. Will cum laude graduates please give yourself a round of applause at home? Those graduating with a GPA between 3.7 and 3.9 are designated magna cum laude, or with outstanding honor. Will our magna cum laude graduates please give yourselves a round of applause at home? Students graduating with a GPA of 3.9 or higher are designated summa cum laude, or with highest honor. Will our summa cum laude graduates please give yourself a round of applause at home? Congratulations to you all.
I will now recognize our graduate students. We are unable to hold a doctoral hooding ceremony this year, but foregoing this tradition cannot take away any of the pride that you or we feel in your accomplishment, which was completed under extremely challenging circumstances. Congratulations. The Tech Ka Lim Graduate Student Excellence Award is presented by the Graduate College in honor of Tech Ka Lim, PhD, former Associate Vice Provost of Graduate Studies, and Professor Emeritus in the Department of Physics. To graduate students who show promise of future meaningful contributions to local, national, or global communities as can be gleaned from present academic excellence and achievements in research and/or teaching, as well as outstanding selfless service to peers and the local community. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, Victoria Grunberg, PhD in Clinical Psychology. The Teaching Assistant Excellence Award is presented by the Graduate College to graduate students who serve as teaching assistants and who exhibit exemplary commitment to student learning through reflective teaching practice, innovative teaching methods, and academic support, leadership, and a commitment to their professional growth and development as an educator. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, Navy Speaker, MS in Psychology.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Carol Dodson, who will address us on behalf of the graduating class of 2021.
Thank you, Dean Bouchard and President Fry, for inviting me to be here today. Good morning and congratulations to you, the Drexel University College of Arts and Sciences class of 2021. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to be your commencement speaker. My first reaction when I learned of Dean Broussard's invitation to be your speaker was, who, me? And then I thought, why not me? When I shared the news with a friend, she responded that universities love to have alumni come back and talk about how their college career benefited their lives. The words identity, opportunity, relationship, performance, and thankfulness emerged as a theme. Self-advocacy and resilience were soon added as points for my talk today. A lot has changed since 1971, but based on current events, news polls, and what I have learned in webinars this past year, it is likely that you, the 2021 graduates, will face issues much like those that I did in my career, and some vastly different ones. Technology revolutionized my career, and it will revolutionize yours. The impact of AI and other new technologies, coupled with changes in the workplace, will require you to be flexible and curious. Only a few things that I've accomplished in my life could have been imagined for me when I was born. It took more than a village. It took changes in existing laws, passage and implementation of new laws, and a miraculous healing. In a recent article in the New York Times, Stacey Abrams described Avery, the heroine in her new book, While Justice Sleeps, in this quote: "Race is always an issue, and the question is, how much primacy do you give it? Avery's blackness is evidence. There's nothing hidden about it. It doesn't define who she is. There's nothing stereotypic about who she is." The writer went on to say that Stacey may have been describing herself. The description also fits me very well. I give thanks to my parents, grandparents, and the kindergarten, elementary, and high school teachers that I had in Birmingham, Alabama, who encouraged me and whose voices still ring in my mind today. They helped me to develop self-confidence, self-worth, along with strong ethics. I learned early how to advocate for myself. My mother, my grandparents, and my uncles taught me not to be easily intimidated and to have a healthy sense of skepticism. Being the oldest of 6 children helped me to develop leadership skills. I took the entrance examination for Philadelphia High School for Girls when we moved to Philadelphia. Transferring into a new high school in the 11th grade is challenging enough, but this move came with a major social change. Not only did I leave my friends behind, I also moved from the segregated schools of Birmingham, Alabama, to a school where I was in the minority for the first time. The rigor of the all-girls high, all-academic girls' high was challenging. Expectations were high. My girls' high experience prepared me for success at Drexel. When I applied to Drexel, I did not know what I wanted to be when I grew up. Based on my evaluation of my strengths and my limited knowledge of possibilities, I chose the Early Childhood Development Program in the School of Home Economics. When I was accepted by Drexel, I shared the news with my music teacher, Mr. Murphy. He told me that choral scholarships were available and prepared me for a successful audition. My family could not afford my tuition, so I was truly blessed to receive a choral scholarship from Drexel. At the beginning of my junior year, I suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm. I had a miraculous recovery, even by today's standards, and I only had to miss 1 term. While I was in the hospital, I heard repeated stories about opportunities opening up for women and minorities. Once I was well enough, I took the bus and the subways to visit the campus and explore opportunities. I met with the Dean of Women, professors in both the business and home economics schools, and with the head of the department of the new interdisciplinary studies, Dr. Jean Brugger. Together, we created a course of study for my junior and senior years that allowed me to keep all of my home ec credits, test my acumen for business courses, fulfill the interdisciplinary studies course requirements, and graduate on time. The plan included my going to graduate school for an MBA. The relationship that I developed with President Hagerty after he heard me speak at the first Afro-American Society event provided an opportunity for me to ask him to write a recommendation for me to go to NYU, which he did. At NYU, I was one of a few full-time MBA students who were Black. In addition to getting a good education, I also got some practical life lessons that helped to benefit me for the rest of my career. When one of my profs commented about my having missed his lecture, he told me, "I don't have to look for you to know if you are here." Dr. Seidler was one of the few mentors that I had during my career. His recommendation opened the door for me to start my career in public accounting at Coopers and Lybrand, which is now a part of PwC. I remember his telling me clearly, "I got you in the door. Now the rest is up to you." I became a certified public accountant in New York in 1975. Being a two-career couple is not always easy. My husband, Sam, who is also a Drexel grad, has been supportive of my career just as I am of his. This gave us the incentive to work through the challenges of making moves for each other's careers. We have moved 5 times, twice for his career and 3 times for mine. When I decided to leave public accounting, a neighbor opened the doors for me to have an interview with Roman Haas Company for a position that was available. My experience at Roman Haas Company was one of the best in my career. I had a boss who appreciated my skills and who expressed it verbally and in writing with the letters that accompanied my increases. The guys in our group regularly included me when they went to lunch. So I watched the sports highlights on Sunday nights to know what they were talking about on Monday and be able to chime in. Roman Haas transferred us to Houston for a 2-year assignment. At the end of the assignment, we were challenged by having to decide whether to come back to Philadelphia or to remain in Houston. Both of our careers were flourishing. The decision, which finally came down to weather, resulted in my making a job change. I made a business networking contact with someone who had previously worked for Exxon. After telling him my story, including how my attempts to go through HR at Exxon had failed, he reached for the phone. He called a former colleague, a decision maker, and arranged for me to have an interview. That interview was definitely a stress interview, but it was a successful one. They made a very attractive offer for me to join Exxon. The culture of Exxon was very different from my previous employers. One thing was, at the time, Exxon did not hire experienced people very often. You probably noticed that my biography does not include any fancy former job titles. At Exxon, job titles were not created to impress the outside world. The opportunities, experiences, remuneration, and benefits more than made up for the lack of an impressive title. Your degree was your entry card, performance determined your trajectory, and relationships helped to create opportunities. When I was hired, instead of being given a position in accounting or financial reporting, my first position was in a systems group for which I had no background. This did not endear me to my new colleagues. After the first week, I was ready to quit, but my outplacement counselor encouraged me not to do so. For the truth was that in Houston in 1983, there were not many opportunities for a woman at my salary level. I later learned that some of the resentment was because Exxon had had its first ever layoffs, and I received the slot of someone that was well-liked, but who had lost her job. Despite this, I was able to thrive and later move to financial reporting before moving on to procurement. In May 1997, I received a phone call from a former manager that would change my career and my husband's and my lives. I was offered an opportunity to go to Brussels to fill a slot on an SAP software project known as Stripes. The assignment was for me to be there for 3 years. The requirement was for me to be there in 2 months. When I asked questions about the job, my former boss said, "Don't worry. I know you can do this. Your accounting and procurement background is what we need." My husband agreed to make the move. My mother gave us her blessing. We were able to be in contact using email and instant messaging in a way that would not have been possible just a few years before. Exxon brought 250 people from around the world to Brussels for this project. We all started working on the same day. We all spoke English. I was the only black person. The procurement team had 21 people, me and 20 men. And I was the only person on the team without prior SAP experience. I was assigned to document the system and create online training materials. The unforeseen benefit of this assignment was that to document it, I needed to know how everything worked. The first rollout and training was scheduled for May 1998 in Switzerland. At the last minute, I was called upon to replace the scheduled trainer who had become unavailable. This was a major opportunity for me, and I more than lived up to it. As a result, my responsibilities and compensation increased. There was also a promotion. The next year, when we rolled out in Germany, I was considered to be the expert in Exxon's SAP procurement system. My time on the Stripes project grew from 3 years to 6 years. With the help of translators, I trained users in person in 17 countries in Europe, South and Central America before returning to Houston. Working on the Stripes project provided opportunities for me to meet and work with people of more than 40 different nationalities, to travel extensively, and to enjoy new foods. It also gave me and my husband the opportunity to live as expats in Brussels for more than 4 years. I continued to work on SAP projects in the US, Canada, and Europe until I retired in 2012. Remember the stress interview that I told you about a little while ago? A couple of years ago, I was seated at a Beacon event with a couple who were also ExxonMobil retirees. I soon realized that the husband was one of the managers who had interviewed me in 1983 and into whose department I was hired. I told him that I had worked in his department. After a few seconds, he responded, "Carol Dodson, I know that name. You were an experiment." We had been considering hiring experienced people when you came to our attention. We took a chance on you. To you, the 2021 class of the Drexel College of Arts and Sciences, I wish the best for each of you as you begin to pursue your dreams. May you have much success in your careers. It is okay if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up. May God bless you, and may someone take a chance on you.
On behalf of everyone at Drexel College of Arts and Sciences, I wish to thank Carol Dodson for a wonderful speech. In this ceremony, we have paid tribute to the graduating class of 2021. Now it is the graduates' turn to salute those who have helped them along the way, family members and loved ones, as well as faculty and administration. We would like to take a moment to recognize all of the parents, spouses, partners, children, and loved ones of our graduates to please stand so that they may receive the thanks they so richly deserve. We could not have done it without you. From all of us, thank you. We're also very excited to continue graduation activities on Friday, June 11th, with the university-wide commencement at Citizens Bank Park, beginning at 7:30 p.m., where all degrees will formally be conferred. Once again, congratulations, graduate. Please continue watching for individual recognitions of graduates.
Doctoral degrees: Ashley Adams, Amal Al-Nazi, Anton Anakin, Martina Azar, Mariah Beaver, Wenlei Bai, John Birdstrip, Luke Brown, Stephanie Burke, Christine Call, Kitao Chen, Kelly Comerford, Paul Rain Kenneth Della Rosa, Alicia Desai, Kelly Durham, Michelle Gannon, Joseph Glasser, Victoria Grunberg, Donald Hall, Matthew Halley, Tara Lee Hamner, Stephen Hill, Jenica Maria Jansen, Lauren Johnson, David Keller, Johannes Cruz, Olga Kizilova, Gregory Lang, Jonathan Lundy, Moshi Mayman, Pedro Edson Martins Amaral, Stephen Mason, Stephen Miller, Bridget Milleray, Danielle Moyer, Shin Yu, Mohammed Nazari, Rebecca Phillipson, Amani Piers, Victoria Petruska, Tomas Polikovic, Jillian Tessier, Joseph Tumulty, Shuting Jiang, Haolin Jiang. Master's degrees: Elizabeth Downey, Salvatore Gugliotta, Angelita Hogan, Daniel Horn, David Lowe Bianco, Adele McKenna, Leah Mealy, Crystal Mills, Lexi Reeder, Natalia Torcaso, William Vargo, Robert Zawatsky, Michelle Zimmerman, Sophie Aber, Cassidy Alexander, Kelly Alsop, John Averona, Caitlin Barron, Diana Barley, Laura Bean, Michael Berry, Russell Bowen, Michael Campana, Joanna Chen, Lauren Crudell, Benjamin L. Deck, Andrew Devaney, Gabrielle Dondici, Ashan Dowling, Farshette Irani, Keontae Fernandez, Elise Fisher, Elena Folks, Mark Fugate, Holly Gerber, Haley Gibson, Alyssa Golden, Anthony Graybo, Matthew Griffin, Brenda Hegeter, Robert Hegstrom, Allison Hartman, Morgan Hesser, Tara Holcomb, Ivana Ivanek, Lyrae Johnson, Jacquees Joint, Isabel Kaminer, Jahara Karam, Emily Kelty, Malcolm Kenyatta, Jenna Kiley, Catherine Kita, Dmitrio Klichak, Michael Kovacevic, Noah Lamb, Claire Langford, Mary Madsen, Brandon Martinez, Matthew Minarak, Fatime Mosala Ipor, Haley O'Donnell, Abigail Oldham, Chinyere Olumba, George Pagano, Ryan Page, Leah Parker, Jill Patel, Hannah Pepper, Angela Pollard, Nina Rothstein, Maya Scholl, Greg Sieber, Michael Silverstein, Navy Spiker, Molly Split, Heather Stoller, Emily Stores, Jeremy Strakos, Ashlyn Tansey, Osmar Torres Herrera, Ziyuan Wang, Valerie Ward, Skonia Washington, Bridget Wiesner, Stephanie Weller, Camille Werzoa, Rebecca Williams, Benjamin Winkler, Jillian Worosia, An Chen Shi, Fu Wei Zhang, Breath Allison Han, Hayden Smith, Christopher Thomas, Francis Biedenkopf, Nina DiCianti, John Gould, Rebecca Indek, Madison Olszewski, Joseph Sweeney. Bachelor's degrees: Lucas Acosta, Carlos Agosivas, Isaac Ayala, Maureen Belwar, Pollock Bargrava, Evan Bittman, Cassidy Bonner, Frank Bosco, Turo Boyeri, Kelsey Bray, Alexa Bucarelli, Ivy Clark, Evan Colmachiro, Stephanie Kulgini, Harrison Cushmore, Monisha Das, Mehmet Darren, Clea Dima, Jarvis Doles, Alexandra Eccles, Nadia Etamad, Alexa Fetroso, William Fusting, Maria Scarbia, Keely Gibson Harlow, Sarah Goldberg, Hannah Graybill, Alexandra Gredensitsky, Tiffany Harris, Zachary Hecht, Lucy Helgren, Thomas Hole, Kristen Imhoff, Yushuan Jiang, Samantha Johnson, Miranda Johnson, Kamyar, Lindsay Carroll, Ryan Kelleher, Caitlin Kenny, Dakota Kilbasa, Sarah Kilborn, Janae W. Kite, Katerina Kissinger, Joseph Labrasi, Diana Lambert, Yuan Ho Lam, Cameron Laporte, Marta Lawler, Jean Levettis, Zach Levy Dyer, Leah Lewandowski, Gwendolyn Lejang Baruth, Wasif Matatala, Scott Malloy, Charles Massey, Fiona Maurer, Caitlin McElwee, Michelle McKnight, Nicholas Mendez, Olivia Menchur, Shane Metzger, Alexandra Mahalko, Sarah Miller, Andrea Modica, Madison Newman, Billy Nguyen, Diane Nguyen, Adilua Abayomi, Brittany Ogilvy, Aksha Patel, Haley Porter, Yevgen Pilipchenko, Anthony Rigoni, Jordan Ramdial, Jennifer Ricci, Chloe Richardson, Maria Ricks, Andrew Rosenthal, Christopher Sanchez Peralta, Sanskriti Sernani, Carmelo Salatore, Anna Shetler, Brandon Sierczynski, Syntheshe Smart, Gracie Subflavaro, Kyra Stark, Seamus Steele, Devin Suber, Michaela Taumina, Elizabeth Taylor, Joshua Thompson, Gabrielle Tobia, Jackie Sang, Christy Uyesaka, Peter Vangelakos, Gabrielle Werner, Henry Williams, Anna Wilson, Jeff Winchell, Devin Wong, Michael Wong, Kyle Worsley, Zidney Seavey, Janet Zhao, Tala Abbas, Tanner Abbott, Manwa Abdel Muhsin, Lydia Akahurst, Margarita Amihava, Darman Anandarajan, Saranchani Arambipala, Shabil Arif, Jordan Lynn Armstrong, Sean Armstrong Jenkins, Benjamin Arndell, Alicia Arshad, Anurag Ayagari, Zahal Azimi, Rachel Bekra, Natalia Bastida Gutierrez, Jameson Berriger, Sipora Betyakov, Layla Balfki, Garrison Bentz, Samara Bernstein, Alexander Bertoldi, Jamie Bisecker, Ravatija Botham Charla, Natisha Bettini, Keela Byries Powers, Astuti Bashin, Shivanji Bhatt, Pranitha B. Marsetti, Denis Bizyarov, Veronica Bloom, Emily Bloom, Jedediah Bondi, Allison Bornstein, Carly Bowen, Jason Bowker, Madeline Brent, Bethany Bristow, Haley Burry, Carly Caby, Elizabeth Callio, Ryan Campbell, Joshua Can, Brandon Cano, Vince Cantello, Mariel Capriglio Chase, Meredith Ann Capulli, Haley Carlton, Lexi Carr, April Carter, Tyler Cash, Michelle Rihanna Castillo, Winnie Chan, Javni Chandar, Patrick Chang, Carly Charles, Anna Charney, Mandy Chen, Amanda Chen, Wesley Chung, Justin Ciccarelli, Christina Siskowski, Megan Colley, Sandra Collin, Rihanna Cogden, Dudley Cordero Turan, Nicole Cox, Urshan Cruz, Emily D'Agostino, Anthony Davey, Sophia Davis, Nathaniel Davis, Luke DeAngelis, Talia Dees, Lizen Decina, Benjamin Del Toro, Kara DiPiano, Aishwari Desai, Alyssa DiPaspero, Srikar Donapudi, Micheline Dorsile, Julia Doretti, Andre Doroshin, Aaron Doherty Sesinski, Callie Downing, Brianna Doyle, Jennifer Duong, Cole Early, Arden Edgerton, Abdul Kareem Imadi, Samuel Engel, Jenny Matthew Ehrlich, Eileen Ertekin, Gabrielle Farrell, Anastasia Fiokistova, Aaron Fernandez, Lauren Philippe, Christina Fitzgerald, Caroline Fajtu, Ukita Ford, Kristen Galloway, Rahul Gandhi, Jamil Gapito, Eric Gebsky, Anastasia Gielan, David Gerstenfeld, Claire Giacometti, Nicholas Giardetti, Janelle Janetto, Victoria Giunta, Jacob Gokal, Rihanna Gomes, Pauline Good, Kaya Grevsandi, Emily Griberman, Gabrielle Grosso, Prachi Gupta, Nishta Gupta, Manjuli Gupta, Marcy Guzik, Gabriela Guzman, Salam Haile, Amber Hamilton Walker, Shabib Hamad, Fawaz Hamad, Esther Han, Sazia Hanif, Timothy Hanlon, Ashley Harkins, Edward Henderson, Kelly Herman, Ruth Hernandez, Emily Hostetter, Shazaa Ibrahim, Zeviel Imani, Catherine Inamarato, Taryn Irving, Kennedy Jackman, Victoria Jacob, Janley James, Chantel James, Xinyu Jiang, Andrew Jiang, Chaselyn Giannotti, Hannah Johnson, Kayleen Jones, Andrew Jugurlowicz, Dylan Couture, Un Young Kang, Lydia Cow, Antonetta Karaj, Remington Carson, Daria Kasinov, Joseph Kelleher, Christopher Kelly, Kiva Kelly, Yasmin Kelly, Jiras Khatib, Jonathan Koo, Hannah Clevens, Malika Kodavantiganti, Marta Kasperska, Hannah Costin, Ryan Krofchik, Sinja Crete, Prem Krishna Prasad, Ida Kupa, Vlada Kriprenko, Emushawa Kuritu, Hital Lad, Kyanyu Lai, Sejan Lama, Sophie Lawrence, Emily Lee, Jamie Lee, Shelby LeBlanc, Jack Lee, Hannah Lee, Brianna Leone, Yi Mei Lai, Yang Sheng Lin, Jordan Lindsay, Jessica Lloyd, Antoinette Labello, Angela Lodato, Rebecca Lowe, Richard Liu, Gabriella Macera, Imani Mack, Saranya Madden, Christopher Madsen, Bethany Malloy, Natalie Malone, Vida Leonarda Manalang, Rushi Mandalewala, Vada Mangam, Brian Mansfield, Ashley Matthew, Ian McCarty, Sean McLennan, Khalil McFarlane, Daniel McGann, Astrid Meck, Rohil Medirata, Michael Menicino, Danny Middleton, Mercedes Miller, Marianne Mingrino, Yvonne Miranda, Brian Miata, Ikram Mokhis, Savannah Mollahan, Sean Maroney, Jamila Morrison, Georgia Moyer, Vanessa Munley, Morgan Murtaugh, Neil Nodger, Emily Navaretto, Angela Navaretto, Casey Nikulak, An Win, Dang Nguyen, Maureen Rekjaj, Nicholas Oberto, Nicholas O'Brien, Caitlin O'Hare, Chandler Olson, Asandra Ortiz, Marissa Panicelli, Shikha Patel, Bridge Patel, Nirali Patel, Mohit Patel, Rishi Patel, Kaustav Patra, Danielle Patrizzi, Emily Patunas, JB Panaccio, Ariana Pia, Hannah Poe, Amara Quasi, Abdul Wasay Rana, Noor Rana, Jonathan Ransom, Kendrick Raspberry, Nicole Rendine, Angela Riley, Jerice Rodriguez, William Roman, Michelle Rosenblum, Brendan Ross, Miranda Russo, Christine Saw, Purnima Sachdeva, Brandon Sia, Megha Sangam, McKenna Satori, Francesca Scotto, Bethel Sebsibi, Grace Seo, Joanne Sarani, Kajal Shah, Priyanka Shah, Saloni Shah, Ria Shah, Jamel Shockley, Roxana Sojinian, Anthony Shirag, Nazaf Shokat, Milan Schultz, Supriya Singh, Adam Smith, Juliana Smith, Shannon Smith, Andrew Snedeker, Diana Solana Oropeza, Sania Sunny, Vivian Sorrentino, Caitlin Speller, Ronald Spots, Jason Stales, Ayana Stanton, Niaja Stringfield, Samantha Stroll, Manash Bharadwaj Subramanian, Richard Tabarini, Julia Targalia, Ayami Tasaki, Ravi Tata, Andrew Tofik, Dante Tarakiano, Eric Tunison Barmio, Han Thatch, Jasmine Thatcher, Rowan Tinney, Weston Tong, Jonathan Torakashvili, Joshua Torres, Vivian Tran, Carly Tratner, Gianluca Travia, Tram Trevetti, Fiona Trong, Alyssa Truxon, Jessica Sang, Matthew Tercy, Marco Valverde, Kieralis Velez, Trevor Vitas, Gayathri Vijay Kumar, Hannah Walker, Yujing Wang, Verna Wang, Bihaya Watson, Brennan Watson, Tiani Watson Harris, Lee Webster, Lexi Weinstein, Kyle Weller, Kayla Welsh, Tamia White, Claire Wickman, Michael Wilfred, Anthony Williams, Brianna Williams, Stephen Wendell, Claire Winter, Olivia Voitkevich, Ronald Philip Wolk, Brianna Wong, Jillian Warsilla, Alexis Wysocki, Klinba Ya, Linda Yang, Kanyan Sola Yoyoye, Ezra Ewan, William Zulaf, Christian Zera, Nathan Zhang, Hillary Zhang, Xu Zhao, Sihao Zhuang, Shauna Zodro,